Ready? Okay. What's going on? I'm Junior from Brooklyn, New York. This is our first video called Our Life, Our Way. Uh, Basically, this documentary is about showing how it is to be with in a trans relationship and be a dude, and from my perspective. And next to me, I have my fiance. She introduced herself.
Hi, I'm Sean.
Yeah, she's what we'll be going into in this video is to give everybody a different perspective on what's like to be in relationships, that and the heterosexual community can also be aware that we go through the same struggles and stripes and stuff like that in our relationship, the same as you. You know that we're no different. Sometimes we'll be getting into things about people casting judgment on both ends of the spectrum. But other than that, we just want to get the information out there, let you know that about our relationships and the struggles as well as the high points that we have, and we also slightly involve ourselves in the lifestyle, but we kind of separate ourselves sometimes. But and we'll be going into things like that, how it affects this relationship, and basically just basic information, man. Let you know, and please feel free afterwards to subscribe or leave a comment. We'll be giving you different videos every time, and we'll touch on different subjects or whatever. So, but I want to let you know who we are. So I'm gonna let Sean, my fiance, go first to explain who she is and give you a glimpse of how she lives her life. Okay?
Hi, everybody. I'm Sean. Just a brief summary of what's going on or what we want to do. Basically, this is just the introduction to let y'all know that, first of all, we outside on the porch and it's cold. It's Super Bowl Sunday, so we're not gonna make this video too long.
Right.
I'm 26 years old, transgender female. Been in transition. Oh wow, since I've been like 18. So over the last 8 years, but I've just started hormone replacement therapy. So March of this year would be 1 whole year I've been on hormones. So that's basically that. Just to let y'all know, like, the things we go through on a daily basis. We're all new to this whole YouTube thing, so how we met on the internet, Facebook.
Can't believe everything you leave on the internet.
And just a couple of things. It was an idea from a very close friend of ours, actually my sister's girlfriend. My sister is a lesbian. Her girlfriend gave us this idea to share with people what we go through on a daily basis. So that's why we're doing this.
Shout out to Kels. Good luck.
Yeah. I don't really know what else to.
Well, babe. Well, first we want to get into a brief summary of how we met. Just real quick. We met on Facebook about 2 years ago, actually, and I don't know, just casual conversation and talking about different things. Nothing, too serious. I did go after her, and the sad part about that, I was in a relationship at the time, so I think I was being a smut at the time. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. But I had met her on the internet, and we casually talked, and some of our conversations got pretty in-depth, and some of them were just, how you doing, and whatever. And I guess our personalities clicked. I was in a bad spot in my relationship, so she was like the light at the end of the tunnel at the time. But what was wrong on my end is I never really closed my prior relationship, so, and I didn't tell her either. That was one of our first big times that we didn't speak because she found out through somebody else. I wasn't man enough to tell her, so I kind of lied. But still, even though the type of person I was at the time, I cared. I valued her opinion, and I cared that she didn't want to talk to me anymore. I cared that. Usually I don't. Okay, so don't talk to me. I just met you on Facebook. Oh well, but I don't know. I cared. I gave a damn. So I after some talking, we stopped talking for a while. And then we got back up again, and I admitted to her that I was at a really childish place at the time. I was not honest with her. And I think from that experience of telling her, and we, talked like that, I think that she understood where I was coming from. And the fact that I told her in the way I told her made her more attracted to me, because at least I was man enough to pick, to say, I did this wrong, and, If we can fix it, I'm willing to fix it. But we were just on some friend stuff. We was really never on a relationship track because at the time she was involved with someone that was in prison. So it wasn't really, even though I tried to come at her in a way sometimes, she was really diligent about being, with this guy that she was in prison. And that impressed me because I'm like, wow, she's really loyal because this guy's in jail. So we'll make a long story shorter. We spoke for a while, on and off. I mean, I would block her on Facebook, and I wouldn't speak to her for 2 or 3 months, and it was just chaotic, and things were going on in my life because, when I left the last place I was, I had to go get an apartment again, and just other frivolous relationships, like skankly relationships, like just one night stands, but just doing retarded shit. And then we got back up again, and I think the fact that we had that time apart made our bond stronger because then next thing you know, it was fluid. We just started talking and then more in depth, and then we finally got together. So there's been plenty of opportunity to come to North Carolina. We're in Greensboro, North Carolina right now. When I first decided to come, it was for like the weekend or to chill or whatever the case may be. Who knows? But what happened was, I believe in God. And I think God saw it fit for me to come at the time I came. I arrived here in Greensboro, North Carolina to be with her November 1st. I remember November 1st. And I had the butterflies in my stomach. See, usually I don't go through these emotions and feelings with somebody. But the contact and the conversation that we've had for these years without seeing each other, we Skyped for the first time in October. Right, babe?
Yeah.
We Skyped for the first time. We didn't even see each other. We were just going by pictures. And being in Facebook land, people can, pretty much fool you. You don't like the picture or that wasn't your picture. You know how that goes. But she was exactly what I expected. She was beautiful. She was radiant. She had this strength about her that I can see in her that some people don't know they have in themselves. And it was a good moment. So, and that's how we got together. So November 1st. So far we've been together 4 months physically. We're 3 months some change physically, but we were together back then as friends, and I think that's what our bond is. Because even when we go through our bad stuff, our bond is friendship, and our bond is that talking, that communication. That communication shit's a fact. Please don't get it twisted. If you can communicate, rather if it turns to an argument or it blows up,
A lot of arguments.
a lot of them, but we always get past it. We get past it because we want to get past it. It's something that we want to do. I have a lot of insecurity issues because I've opened myself, and she has her own personal issues that, of trusting a guy or, things like that. I mean, but she's everything that I want, and sometimes in my admittance that sometimes I'm not used to that. So sometimes I pull and I'll pry, or I'll, we'll go through our little thing where we both do it to each other. But, I think the what makes us push on, and there's been plenty of times where we didn't have to, because it was just a matter of choice. It wasn't even a matter about the person's feelings. It was about, do I want to go through this, or do I want to stay and work it out, and knowing that we can reach a beautiful place, or it'd be always easy to say, all right, well, fuck it, go back to New York, on that, and there's been plenty of times when that could have happened, but our willingness to work through it. It's just like any normal relationship. See, that's why we're doing this video also, because we don't want anyone to think that it's a different relationship because she's not a biological female, that we don't go through these things because we're in a different lifestyle. That makes no sense, because we're people still. We still have drive, we still have ambition, we still hustle, we still do what we do. So we're not no different, so to speak, of, oh, well, you're in a trans relationship, so therefore there has to be a difference. There's no difference. We fight. She's thrown me across the room. Not least I'll just like we fight, but we don't fight physically. But we argue, we get to the top of our lungs, but there's always a resolve. And that resolve comes from an understanding. See, if you have an understanding for each other, and what helped also was the fact of our communication and us talking first, as opposed to when you see a girl in the club, you get with her and you hit, and then y'all build on that afterwards. No, this was the total opposite. We got to know each other on a level where, trust me, I was, out of a lot of people that hit her up on Facebook, because she's very attractive, people that hit up on her Facebook, she picked me. She chose me, and then she didn't have to. You understand what I'm saying? So I look at that like, a blessing, because she she's a very beautiful woman. She's very driven, and she has things that attract men. And to choose me out of all these guys, that's what I fell in love with her before I even saw her physically, before Skype even. So I'm getting over a cold. Yeah, excuse me. But other than that, we just want to give you a candid look in our lives. We'll be doing videos, probably once a day or however we work out the schedule. I don't know how my baby wants to do it, but and just give you more of an insight about how we live our life, man, regular. And there'll be sometimes that she'll come on here and want to vent, and she'll be by herself. And sometimes I may come out here and want to vent to y'all and, tell what we're going through at the time. And, we're just going to give you a different variety of stuff. But feel free to ask any questions. We'll take any questions as long as they're respectful. And, when no one, because we're not trying to get disrespected just because we're in a translation. We're in a relationship. And I'm a nigga regardless. So relax. There's no need for negative comments and all that. We're not gonna feed into it. We'll let you know now. We're not into that. We don't do those. So just hopefully you can just take something from the information, and hopefully I'll help people see how it is. Dudes that's out there that want to be in a trans relationship, maybe I can give them some insight. If I reach 3 out of 100, I'm good. I did my job. You know what I'm saying? But also on her end,
I mean, I just feel like that. A lot of times, I know me personally, growing up, well, being from North Carolina and then moving to a place like Atlanta, where I met a lot of other trans girls that were older than me and had already been through the process. I know a lot of times, maybe not too much of a guide, but like just to have someone who's been through some of the same things that you've been through, and you can look at them and be like, damn, I went through that, or I'm going through that right now. That's the reason why I wanted to do this video, because I know it's a lot of girls out there, a lot of girls I've met personally or on Facebook or whatever, that be like, well, I was going through the same thing, or I'm currently going through the same thing. I just want to know, let people know out there that, hey, we're all in this thing together. So if you have any questions, concerns, anything I can help you with, I'll be more than welcome to do it. You can leave a comment, question, whatever, inbox, however this YouTube stuff works. I don't mind answering questions at all. Like you said, as long as everything is respectful and I respect you, we can do videos on it to answer certain questions about things we go through every day, things we go through with family. I'm blessed to have my close-knit family as my biological sister and my mom around me a lot. I have a lot of other family members that I rely on a lot. Close friends, real friends, because, friends is like such a loosely...
Shout out to Woody and Quintavis.
Such a loosely used word these days. But we have a really good support system, so... And we've been through a lot of shit. A whole lot of shit. So please don't think that this is some type of easy road or easy street. But I feel like if it's your life, then you have to do it your way and what's going to work best for you. So that's all that we're doing here. So anybody want to, leave anything, any comments, watch our videos. We'll be back very soon. So.
Yo. This is some good shit, man. Y'all gotta tune in, man. I hope to hear from y'all. We really want to push this and make it kind of big, man, because I don't see many experiences that where two people, really love each other and go through the things that we go through and survive and come out the end. So, we love y'all, man. We hope that we hear from y'all. To all our friends and family, we love y'all. You know what I'm saying? To all our friends, my brother Mike and all my other peoples, man, we love y'all. And I hope y'all enjoy, man. And I think that's it, man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.